All right, we're running. So we said that the main melacha is all the birurim that the person does in the machshava, and he says the ikar koach latzliach b'melachto b'gashmet beruchnius. He says the main koach to withstand and to succeed in everything that you do, in gashmis and ruchnius, in all the 6 days, all the sheshes yemei ma'aser, you have to receive from Shabbos Kodesh. From Shabbos Kodesh, all the 6 days of the week are being blessed. Shabbos is a state of being that is totally at rest. This is when the machshava is still, and when there's no clarity of mind, there's a clarity of mind, there's a presence of mind. You're not pressed from either side. You're able to weigh things properly. This is the menuchas hanefesh. That's why all the spiritual ascension always starts with menuchas hanefesh. From menuchas hanefesh, you get into heoras haruach, the excitement of the spirit of the ruach, and from this the closeness of the neshama, and then v'chule v'chule v'chule. It always starts with and the intrusions and the disturbances all happen on the level of nefesh. It's a level of nefesh, and nefesh itself has to go through the 3 klipot before it reaches the actual menucha itself.
Cloud.
Ras Gadol, on Gadol, Eshmis Lakachas, v'chule v'chule v'chule. It's just before the end, and then it comes to a level of chayos esh memalalos, as Yecheskel says it in the nevuah, that's the sight of the talking silence. Kemare chayos, kemare chashmal. It is the sight of chashmal. What is chashmal? Chayos esh memalalos. These are the sight of it's the essence of, as chashmal is made out of 2 words, chash and mal. Chash is silence, mal is speaking, memalalos. This is the level of the chayas, which is the level of the bria. Within this, we said that in every level that you're in the asiyah itself, it has asiyah, it has yitzira, it has bria, it has atzilus. It has a kind of asiyah for where you are. So the same thing, when you're going out of the disturbances of this world, it also has all these shlavim, except when you're coming out of Tumah. So first of all, it's just the first thing that you start is with peace, with quiet. Menuchas hanefesh. Once you have menuchas hanefesh, then everything is possible. Then you can feel the ruach, because the ruach is much finer than the nefesh. When a person is agitated, when his nefesh is agitated because of the trials and tribulations of this world, he cannot feel the ruach. Leave me alone, you have to pay the bills, I have to do this, my wife is screaming at me and my kids are giving me trouble, blah, blah, blah. I can't, leave me alone. And that's this, and the point is that the dafka, from menuchas hanefesh, you can get the enachinami, that in the very beginning, you can run from the trials and tribulations of life, run to Hashem and ask Him, to give you, to protect you, to v'chule, v'chule, v'chule. But nevertheless, when you want to, a refuge is possible. But if you want to actually go up, You have to, first of all, bring yourself to an equanimity.
A what?
An equanimity. The Rebbe says, this balance that whatever happens to you is for your good. So even, when you have these sorrows and you have these pressures and you have this, it's for your good. It's okay. So this allows you a presence of mind. Menuchas hanefesh. It's okay. This is good. Okay, so it's not that pleasant. So slow down the world. It's like it's when a person just looks at the here and now. I'm suffering right now. I can't take it. This is too much. What's going to happen? Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid at all. There's nothing to be afraid whatsoever. Nothing to be afraid of whatsoever. Don't be afraid at all. And the main thing is to be mischazik with whatever it is that is going on. And so okay, how can you do this? What everything is, this is very nicely, it's easy to speak, easy to talk, but tachas, when it comes down to Maisa, I'm losing my marbles. I'm looking myself, how can I, there was a, I remember one of the famous tzaddikim. I used to go to the Chayzer, and the road there, the balagula, the cab driver, just totally, abused them and was like, horrible. And all the people, all the Hasidim, that weren't together with this balagula, they were like extremely upset. Except for this tzaddik who was sitting there, he was happy, everything was okay. Abused, no problem. So when they spoke to him, this one said, how could you do this? How could you take him? The guy was awful. He was like a real dog. So he said, before I went on the trip, I accepted upon myself that even if it's going to be like the most terrible trip possible, it's okay. I'm accepting it. I was ready emotionally for the most terrible trip there is. So it was, okay, why is it came? I was ready for it. Truth of the matter is, usually, people go home at night, they have an argument with the wife for whatever, money or whatever. They go home to, so many families, they go home to the Shabbos table, and there is starts an argument, and the kids are bickering between one another, and a person wishes like, oh man, I wish I died. I wish I was dead. I was like, unbelievable. And but the truth of the matter is, the person went home from shul on Shabbos and said, something, I'm ready for them to be at World War III at home. It's okay. Most times it'll be okay. Dafka, when you're ready for it, it'll be exactly the opposite. But even if it's not, it's okay.
10 casualties, only 8. It's good.
No, it's okay. It's okay. This is the sod of Yisachar, Shevet Yisachar. It says, Bnei Yisachar yoyde bina leitim. They knew, they had yoyde bina leitim. They knew what the Yisachar had the deepest cup of all the Shvatim. He was the deepest thinker of all the Shvatim. Was Yisachar. Yoyde bina, all the Kabbalistic, whatever it is, Bnei Yisachar. That was he's the Talmid Chacham said Mesmedrash Zvulun is the one that paid him the stipend. It's like so when he says that the brach of Yisachar is Issachar Chamor Garim, is a donkey carrying load. He says Masalam or Matana Shel Torah. It says Vayar Menucha Kitov, and he saw that Menucha is good. Yet Shich Molisbel, and he put the shoulder under, to carry a yoke. He says, that's Menucha. You can say, V'yar Menucha Kitov, he saw that Menucha is good. So, you stand on the aft deck of a yacht, under the parasol, with a little Campari, with a little umbrella, this paper I'm drawing.
You got it all figured out, huh?
Just sitting there and then enjoying, shooting the breeze. What's it Purim time? So Menucha is good. So what do? You want to work. You want to suffer. You want to carry a load. What's going on here? Well, that's exactly what the Hezbollah is here. Issachar was the deepest cup of all the Shvatim. He realized it is a must for a person to suffer in this world. There's no way that you're going through this world without suffering. And since he was such a deep thinker, he realized what's the greatest milah that can bring a person in this world to Netzach Netzachim is Menuchas HaNefesh. Menuchas HaNefesh. The only way that you can get Menuchas HaNefesh is through Vayet Shich V'Lizba. Accepting that I'm going to suffer. Bevad, I'm going to suffer.
It's not a chiddush.
There's nothing wrong with that. So when it comes, it doesn't disturb you. It doesn't. But by us, usually a little bit of a tzip, like, I can't believe that. Just like.
I try to think of Yosef like that guy went through hell, man.
Yosef a tzaddik.
Nobody can say
The tzaddikim b'chlal.
I remember I went once with a taxi in to Bet Shemesh, and I asked the guy, should take me to somewhere in the old town. And the driver was upset because he had another Nesiah somewhere else. But, I was already in the cab, and he had to take me. And he was so, I'm sure that, there were other things in his life, he played obviously, but he was so upset. He was like cursing himself. Why'd I have to go from here? I can't believe it's my life, blah, blah. So I said to him, listen, it's better than cancer. No, it's not better than cancer. like totally like he felt his entire reality was cursed.
Oh, yeah.
When people suffer, that's what the Rebbe says in this so he suffers.
It's hard, it's in the world.
That's what the Rebbe says in the Torah, that when a person suffers, he's not tasty to himself. Like he tastes bitter to himself. His own life is bitter to himself. So it's like only this is the thing that enables you to get Menuchas HaNefesh. So,
how do you do it?
Oh, it's a very good question. I'm happy you asked that.
How do you do it when all you got going for you is like this class? You got nothing else. You're a failure and everything.
You think it's a small thing?
You got a lot. You got beautiful kids. What?
You think it's a small thing? I live of this shit. That's it. I don't have anything else. This is what it's not a small thing. No, but Tachas L'Maisa, what you need to understand is that what you do is you work at it. When you're going through the suffering, when you're going through the anguish, when you're going through the yisurim that you have to. Just a second, I think that. Second, I'll be right there. So somebody, fill in for me.
Do your act. Do your act.
This is my law. Is
We start with this message. Orbital.
We interrupt this program.
We interrupt this program. We interrupt this program.
Please donate to the books of Karen Rabbi Sal over this.
Okay.
Only a test.
Okay.
Wait, a cat.
Hello, cat.
Dude's hat.
Okay, so the main koyach to be matzliach with this avoida comes from the menucha. Now, it is very easy.
Not getting pushed out of your serenity.
No. This is not realistic. The point is, this is not the Zen shir. This is not about It's not what it's about. It's like
It will not get.
no,
Your kids are all.
The nikuda is
I've been doing that.
when you're in the pressure cooker, and things that happen to you in the right now. First of all, the first refuge, as Rabbeinu says, when the pressure gets too much, is in the silence. Stop thinking, stop talking, stop looking. For as long as you can. This bitul, that's the Rabbeinu says. He says, and it's very, very necessary. That's so that the pressure will
Stick
not
in your
overwhelm.
eyes.
It's in Yeshiva.
Yeah. You close everything up, silence, Prinas Shabbos.
Isn't that running away?
You are actually you're connecting to the battery. You're connecting to the tachlis. You're connecting to the Shabbat, to the inside. The Shabbat is in the middle.
That's in the.
On the inside, you can see it by the tzion. By the tzion, you can see it very. Many times you can see it where around the tzion itself is like non-stop, a turmoil and screaming and shouting and people playing drums and all kinds of different, various and different inyonim. But when you go on if you just stand there, first of all, the trick to get to the Tzion Rosh Hashanah,
Just stand there, wait.
is just stand there.
Next thing you know, you
You
show
get
up there.
pulled to.
Because somehow you just end up by the Tzion.
So true.
It's the only way to get there. It's just to let go.
Yeah.
Then you get to the Tzion. That's point number one. And when you go in the Tzion itself, and you cover your eyes and you just kiss the Tzion, what you find is total peace. Sheket, just milach shalom shalom, total peace.
3 more weeks.
Huh?
3 more weeks.
So the thing is the same thing. The same thing applies when the pressure comes from all sides. So now the thing is that it jars you, it pushes you away. You feel like, oh, I can't believe that. So you remind yourself, and you up again, and then you fall again. But I can't believe it's still happening. Okay. You remind yourself.
The bitul is bringing you up?
No. You remind yourself this is Hakol Tova. Everything Kodesh Baruch Hu does with you is a Tova Schol. V'chola. But I'm not sure. So, okay, so מתחזק עוד פעם. And you fall again, מתחזק עוד פעם. And you fall again. It's not about succeeding. It's about trying. It's about doing it. It's not trying. It's about doing it. By doing it, what you're doing is, we have to understand.
Just slowly judge. You don't have a choice.
Yeah, but have a choice doesn't mean you're happy about it. We're talking about smichim b'yisurim. We're not talking about it. We're talking about getting to a higher madrega. We're talking about menuchas hanefesh. En chinami. It starts with what can you do, and it's like because as long as you think that you can do, you're not actually suffering from the mitzvahs. You're suffering from the fact that you're suffering. Now this is like the worst because there's nothing that really jars the nefesh. The soul more.
You also think it's your fault because you're not doing the right thing.
Yeah, because you think it's for the thing. So the Torah says nobody does the right thing.
So what you
No,
were
because
saying,
me anyhow.
what you were saying yesterday, I think, was that first step is to accept it. Like when you have somebody has some kind of disease, right? The first step is to accept it, not to try to do things. Just accept it first. Do the backward step.
Even more than that, the Rav Auer says the first thing to do is to thank Hashem for it. Thank Hashem. Hashem knows that everything Hashem has done is really for the good. It's not just like it's really, 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 really is for the good. I don't feel it's because I'm disconnected from my true self. I'm disconnected from Hashem. So the first thing is you get this menuchas hanefesh. So the first thing is, as we said before, you connect to infinity. You connect to the Shabbos, your bitul, and then you work on it, you work at it, and because the thing is like this, as we said before, your starting position is one which is disconnected from that, from the ruach inside, from the neshama inside. You're in the nefesh, you're in the here and now, you're in this world, whatever. That's the starting point. This is how you start the whole thing. And you're used to accepting things a certain way. You're used to going a certain way. When you work at it, and you're mischazik, and you hold yourself strong, that whatever it is going around you, it doesn't break you. And you remind yourself it's l'toivo, and you thank Hashem for it. And you have a sirut todah for this. You're grateful for it. And you look for the good at it, and you keep on waiting. The very fact alone that you're waiting for Hashem is a huge thing. Usually when the shul is like, whoa, it's like going through a fast day, and so during the fast day, like you can't wait until the time will come, you'll be able to eat. I'm so hungry, blah, 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 blah. But the point is that your fast will be so much easier if you were to look at every hour that passes. I got another hour of fast in me. It's mine forever. And I got 2 more hours of fast in me. I got it.
Slip down, down.
Even if I went and I ate something right now, I already got 2 hours. And if I went I have another hour. In other words, if you look at it from the other way around, just turn the telescope the other way around. Instead of saying, see, you say, I saw it so small, so far, I can't believe it. No, turn it around, you're looking at it from the wrong end. Look how much you already have. They call it what? Looking at the cup half full, right? That's what they call it?
It's much more than half full. It's like a huge difference.
No, but what I'm saying is that there was a person that in the time of Nosson.
Hashem's always bringing us to.
Just a second. There's a person in the time of Nosson that he was full with criticism. He had what to say, but everybody. This one, forget about it. And he, can't believe it. And he, So Nosson told him, and what about you? He says, I'm the worst of all. So that's it, you finished off the entire world. That's it. This is wrong, he's bad. And you also, at least maybe you would have been good, but you're also not good. So that's effect gemacht the ganze Welt. You did away with the entire world. He says, the truth is the other way around. Yeah. This one is good, and this one is good, and you're also good. He says, when you're looking at somebody who's a firm guy, that cheats in business. And I can't believe these datiim, these charedim, these animals are liars, they're cheaters, they're just such hypocrites, just like, where's your Torah, where's your mitzvahs, where's all these things, you cheater, you liar, you're whatever. Rasa says, you're looking at it all wrong. He's not the frum yid who is cheating. He's a cheater that happens to keep Torah. What a gewaltige Sache for a cheater to keep Torah. This is the Likutei Halachos. He's a cheater. He is a cheater. And look at the gewaltige Sache. He goes to Daven 3 times a day. He eats groceries.
He's still trying to get something. He's trying to pull himself out.
Whatever it is, you look at the good words. Turn around the telescope. You're looking at the mishkefet, what do you call it? The looking glass. Telescope, whatever it is, the binoculars.
My kid broke a drawer over some other kid's head yesterday, in class. 9-year-old kid, So yeah, I'm trying to look at that.
Now the other kid has a rosh patuach, He can keep an open mind about things. Okay.
That's what I call an open mind.
Hopefully once in a lifetime opportunity.
Your mind is so open, it's a wonder it doesn't spill.
I'll tell you after.
My mind is so open, it's a wonder it doesn't spill out, right? Anyhow, so he says, the true tzaddik, the zoken shebekdusho, they have the old age of kedusha, Zoken ze kon chokhma, ze kon das, shedato mishevet tomid. His das is at rest at all times. He doesn't need any fighting to do any fighting with his thoughts. By the sages, by old people, the das is quiet and is calm. From the das of the tzaddik emes tzarich kol echad lamshich al atzmo kedushas hamachshava. Person needs to pull upon himself the sanctity of the thought. Stand up against all the bad thoughts. Just don't go there. If it's machshavas of licentious machshavas or machshavas of lack of bitochen or machshavas of yush, of desperation, of exasperation, whatever, all those things, he says a person, don't go there. Put a different machshava in. So when can you deal with it? When your das is miyushav, you can deal with it. Let's say the thing that you said now. Your kid did something that is very agitating to you. So when are you supposed to reach the decision of what to do about it? When you're all agitated? It's about 99% certainty you're going to make the wrong decision. No matter what you decide is going to be wrong. The main thing to do is, first of all, to be besimcha. Because Rebbe says that the person has to force himself to be besimcha with all the koiches, with everything that he has. He said, why? He says, because the simcha is olam achir, it's the world of freedom, and a person can lead his mind the way he wants to. To weigh things, whatever it is, then he can do it. But the Yetzer says, you should be serious already. When will you get serious about your life? When are you going to be verkehrt? That not only are you absolutely certain that you are down and out and you're chayv and everything, and there's nobody worse than you on earth. As I used to say, you, Eichmann, and Hitler sitting eating chumras together. That's it. You're like the worst of the worst. It's like, that's it. You and the Tilo the Hun, that's it. It's like the tandem, twiddle them and twiddle dee, you and the Tilo the Hun. There's nobody worse than you. So now, not only are you so broken by yourself, somebody comes to you, somebody says, listen, we need to talk. Just kill me now. It's like, leave me alone. It's like, it's like a verkehrt, the opposite. First of all, be besimcha. How can you be besimcha? We spoke about it. Shir, pashut, kaful, meshulash, merubah. You have a Kodesh Baruch Hu, you have the tzaddik, you have the nekudas tevis, and you have all of them together as the merubah. You're not living in a vacuum. You're living with a Kodesh Baruch Hu, with a Chocham Gadol, and a real gutter, a real mwah. And not only this, but you have the tzaddik that leads you, and you can be mischazek from him. You can get all the koiches and all, ta'asa machshava, the menuchat, everything you can get from him. And then also yourself, bli hanora. You eat kosher, you put on tefillin, you daven, you do chesed. Listen, it's not, none of these is a small thing. And then all of them together, and first of all, now that you have a simcha, now you can think what to do. To make decisions in the middle of stress is almost always the wrong decision. צריך לעמוד כנגד כל המחשב אצלו, בשבע אל תעשה. כי מי שמסתכל על הצדיק אמס, אפילו בנו זוכר רק לסתכל בספרו הקדושים, דיינמס. Even if you don't see the tzaddik himself, but just you see his forum, with a true eye. הוא יכול להביא בהסברנס אמיתי בליבו, you can actually bring a true introspection into your own heart, ולהמשיך על עצמו קדושת המחשבה, and to pull upon yourself the sanctification of your thought process, Al der Tzoysev HaKdoshim, through the Heilige Eitzes, the Holy Eitzes of Avenu, Shizal Lekaima Be'emes Bepshitis, that you be very careful, to keep them in truth and with simplicity, until you'll be Zochet B'chinas Kabbalas HaTorah B'Shavuos, until you reach a level of that the looking that the tzaddik is looking at you, and you looking at the tzaddik, will awaken your own mind, your own greatness, and you'll be Zochet to be a Torah. Shal Deizet is Kel B'chinas Tchias HaMeisim Mechayim, until you reach a Tchias HaMeisim in your own life.
Which means you'll be able to come out of Mitzrayim. Remember?
Yeah.
Wow.
We will. Wait, that's right. This is, you'll count to yourself from the day after the Shabbos. Shehu Pesach. This comes Pesach. Shekol Kedusha, the entire Kedusha of Pesach, Nimshach Rak Mirias Pnei Tzaddik. It all comes from seeing the face of the Tzaddik. Ki az lo kiblu al Torah. They still didn't get the Torah yet. Didn't have, the only thing they had is just seeing Moshe. Ken az Pesach Ika Kedusha. The main Kedusha, Raki Katznu Samoichin Akdoim Shekiblu Az, this tremendous Moichin, this kind of mental, or illumination that they got, enlightenment that they got. Everything occurred by seeing the face of the Tzaddik. And this is the beginning of the sphere. That's the purification and the cleansing and of the mental faculties. Until the day after the 7th Shabbos. That's Shavuos, that's Kabbalas HaTorah. כי על ידי זה זוכים לקבלת התורה בשבוע שהוא מבחינת ביורא וחידוש התורה שמשכים מכוח הצדיק. Hashem, we will continue this on Zintig. כן, בלי בעזרת השם. בעזרת השם, בעזרת השם, בעזרת השם.
Nathan is a master psychologist.
Can you stop this thing from running? Hello? Anybody?